Hey everybody, Terry Wygal here, the Quick House Buyer, and I've got a pretty important message for you today. See, I got an email and it basically said, you must feel real good about yourself being a real estate investor and taking care, or let me rephrase that, taking advantage of all those poor people who lost everything. Now, let me ask you this. You as a real estate investor, you as an investor who wants to become an investor, wants to learn how to become an investor, whatever the case may be, you have to ask yourself, does what you're doing feel unethical to you? Does what you're doing feel like you're ripping people off? Does what you're doing make you feel like a criminal or something like that? I mean, you know, if you look at legislation right now, what's really interesting is that a lot of laws that are being enacted actually make it almost appear as if the real estate investor is the one who's doing the ripping off. You know, taking advantage of homeowners, doing fraudulent foreclosure schemes. Every time you look in the paper where somebody has tried to help a customer or a client or whatever the case may be, you know, it gets screamed that they ripped them off. And don't get me wrong, let me be very, very clear here on a couple of things. One is that there's no doubt that there are people who are in fact taking advantage of this situation and probably are misleading clients. I've dealt with it several times in the city where I've worked at, where people had no intention of bringing the loan current and bottom line just let it go into foreclosure in the hopes of getting money back from the person that they got the deed from. Bottom line is that's wrong, no doubt about it. But now think about this also, in that how many times have you gone out and worked a deal, how many times have I gone out and worked a deal and the client basically thanked me for helping them because I got a burden off of their back. Okay, now with that being said, let's also be very clear. There's a lot of ways that you can invest in real estate that don't really have anything to do with personal one-on-one interaction with the seller. You know, somebody who is facing a foreclosure, somebody who is in foreclosure. There are ways for you to work with people that go beyond that and still make great money doing it. What are some of those ways? Well, you can become a landlord and you can have tenants. You can work on REO properties. You can work on REO properties where they've already gone through the foreclosure and you're basically negotiating against the bank. Are you really going to feel bad about going and negotiating against the bank? I mean, come on, you know, let's be real here. Of course you're not. You can be working with other real estate investors who are looking to flip contracts that they've gone out and negotiated. You know, some of the things that you're going to face as a real estate investor, let's be honest here. You're going to hear some of the accusations out there. You're going to read the news. You're going to look on the internet and you're going to see how these people went and they scammed all of these clients. And the reality is that as soon as you identify yourself as a real estate investor, guess what? You're going to be lumped into those categories. People see those same reports. They see the same articles. So the big question comes, how do you differentiate yourself? How do you stand out above that kind of racket to prove that you're not the one who's out there ripping people off? Because you're going to have to overcome it at some point in your career if you deal one-on-one with sellers. Now, easy ways to do that. Get testimonials from the people that you've helped. Easy way to do that, get a portfolio, a presentation kit, if you will, to show some of the deals that you've done, the houses that you've flipped, the people that you've helped. Make a video with the people that you've helped, if they're willing to do it. But always remember this, out of all the deals that I've done, I've been full-time since April 15th of 2000. All the deals that I've done, I haven't had anybody come back to me and say, you ripped me off and you did this and you did that. There wasn't any of that. People were happy that I stopped the foreclosure because in some cases it was their only choice. It was the only alternative that they had. Now, one other little secret that will help you stand out above the competition, stand out above the crowd, if you will, is truly try to help the people. try to find a solution for them. Try to find a solution or a workaround with the bank. Maybe make a phone call to the bank for them. See if there's any possible way. Exhaust all your means of actually helping them to save their house. And then you know what? If you can't, if they've gotten into a situation that's beyond their control, if they've gotten into a situation that, whatever it is you want to say, the bank did it, they did it, whoever did it, it doesn't matter at this point in time. Whatever the case may be, if you truly show that you're exhausting all your efforts to help them, and you can't, and the only solution is for you to buy the property, well, you know what? You've done your job, and you can hold your head high. If you sit there and you work with the customers, you work with the sellers, whatever the case may be, and you try to help them, you've done your job. You've done exactly what you're supposed to do. And you know what? No matter what your efforts, no matter what your job, whether you're working to buy straight from the homeowners, whether you're working to buy from the bank, whether you're working to buy from another real estate investor, you have a job. Let's speak real frank here. You have a job. You've got to feed your family. And if you're going to do all the work and you have obtained all the skills, then you know what? You deserve to be compensated for that. And our job in real estate, because of the high risk that are there, or the potential for high risk, it deserves high rewards. It deserves big rewards, cash rewards. Because you know what? You're the one who has the knowledge to put the whole deal together to where nobody gets hurt. That's what you get paid for. You provide a solution. So next time you hear somebody say, oh, real estate investors are all a bunch of crooks, let them know what you think. Hold your head up high. Because I got to tell you, when I sit there and I sit with the seller, I'm trying everything I can to make it work for them to where they can save their house if they're facing a foreclosure, or to try to get them as much money as possible. But the one thing I won't do, and I strongly suggest this for you also, is don't take that burden on yourself. I see a lot of people, unfortunately, try to do that. They want to help out so bad that the next thing that they know, they're square dab in the middle of a real bad deal, and they're the ones who's going to lose a lot of money. It's going to come off of their plate. I'm shooting straight with you today, guys, and I hope you appreciate that. But I also hope that you think a little bit clearer about some of the things that are being said on the internet about real estate investors. And the next time somebody sends a thing saying, oh, you're taking advantage of people who are losing everything. No, I'm not. I try to help. You should try to help. Try to provide a solution. We try to provide a solution to the best of our abilities. And bottom line, if the only alternative is to buy the house, well, you know what? Here's the stone cold reality. If it goes into foreclosure, what's going to happen then? Well, that's right. Another investor is going to go negotiate that with the bank and buy it 50 cents on the dollar. So you're going to lose out anyway. And really, it could have been a deal that you might have been able to do something with. But I've had a lot of people that I actually have been able to help and find a solution. Those people remember me. And those people remember me, and they thank me, and they remember the effort that I put in. And here's a little secret to go along with that, is that those people who unfortunately are faced in that situation know other people, some of their friends, maybe their families, whatever the case may be, who are facing a similar situation. And they always remember my name. Do your sellers remember your name? Hopefully you can now make a little bit of an impact on it. Hold your head up high. You're a real estate investor. This is what we do. It's a business just like anything else, except that the rewards are great, the compensation's great, and you know what? That's how we live that real estate lifestyle. Now, for more training, more information, you can go to totalfinancialliberty.com. That's totalfinancialliberty.com. You can also visit me on my blog at terrywygal.com. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.